Alright, just like that, back with another Hobcast. What a great start. Episode 5? Is it 5? I think it's 5. Yeah, we got a nice chill Kendama jam and yam sesh planned. It's like jam for the Kendama jam, yam for the yamming I'll be doing, and the yamming you'll be listening to. So I'm just gonna play around with some random tricks I've been working on to get it going, and then maybe we'll go into actually going for some difficult tricks. But yeah, I plan on doing these a little more often, these kind of casual, start recording, grab the kendama, and see what comes of it, rather than doing the huge planned out script. I mean, I wrote down a couple prompts, just to keep me on track, but I don't have any huge things planned, so I think this is going to be a better, more casual format for these, what I'm calling the jam and yam sessions. Oops. First things first. It's been 1 week since the late Juice Wrld dropped his, I don't remember the word for after he's passed away, album. Legends Never Die. It's very sad to listen to be honest. That's like my style of music. I really enjoy Juice. I mean, Lucid Dreams, 10 out of 10. That was a special one. But yeah, with this album, it's hard to listen to a lot of the songs because I don't know how many, like at least half of them has some kind of "I do a lot of drugs and I'm gonna die" lines, which are, of course, looking at it now, just so sad. So what a note to start this off on. But I like to talk about music and things like that, and that just happens to be very relevant right now. It is Juice Wrld, so I'd definitely recommend give it a listen. The album has some good songs on it, some good styles. He was very versatile, I think. Kind of like, so some of the songs gave me like Post Malone vibes too. That style combining kind of thing, but Post Malone's a little rougher. I think Juice Wrld was a little bit softer. Keeping on trend with the geez, why can't I get these airplanes to stick? Double. Almost. Oh, jeez, that almost hit the ground. Should we just start going for some? I was going for like juggles and Ken flips at the same time, kind of in a line, like a juggle, and then catch that right back into Ken flip, because that's like nice and showy. Let's try to hit one of those. Almost, but it's of course all going to big cup, which is a lot less impressive, but it's flashy. Yeah, I was gonna say, with the music stuff, sticking to music, DJ Khaled and Drake, like 90% Drake, dropped a couple tracks, which were in my opinion. I think Drake was kind of, I don't know, he had something stuck in his throat, if he had corona or something, I don't know, but this, like the chorus on Pop Star, very strange. Grease was a little bit, almost 3 Earth turns in a row. Grease was a little bit, it's like trying to be like Weekend vibes, but that style doesn't really suit Drake, in my opinion. He's more like the weekday, I guess. The weekend, but not as good. He's the weekday. But that's just my opinion. Those would be like super hyped up, and a lot of people are talking about them, so I guess they're doing their job. And I mean, I guess I did listen to them a couple times each, so they're getting their job done. That's what they want to do, is get listens. So try to get that earth turn consistency a little bit more. Oh, none of spin on there. Yuck. I won't say another thing until I hit one of these. Ah, nice. 2 in a row. Nope. Okay, another one. Let's go for the double juggle. Something else I've been working on, which is a lot tougher than you'd think, because I know that wasn't it, but it's hard to talk and go for it at the same time. But the double juggle is pretty tough getting the timing right, and I'm even more worried, like I'm over like a mat here just in case this plops, but usually I'm like over top of my bed trying these, so when the cannon and stuff falls it's like no big deal. But now I'm a little more scared to have it hit the floor, so a little more cautious, but we'll go for it. Ooh, hit the tom on the way up. Let's see. Ooh, there's a double juggle to big cup right there. Ooh. Okay, we have to do that again and get the spike. Nope. Just the timing was off there. The spike. Ah. Nothing. The spike. There it is. Double juggle. Big cup spike. You know, we gotta take the big cup in between. Even a juggle to spike. I know I was going for them in the last one too, but I can't get this hole to be where I want it to be. Got no hole control. I have to like trace it on the way down if I'm gonna spike it. Almost there. Any background noise is apologized for, I guess. Not filming exactly the time I'd like to, but you know, got to stay on schedule somehow. So again, if you hear any background noise, oopsie doopsie. Hopefully I'll clean that up in the future, but this mic should be okay at getting rid of the background stuff, and as long as I keep yamming away, it should be most of what you hear. I hope the audio from the Ken clacking around is actually picking up too, because that's something I wanted, was kind of like not ASMR, but you know, you want to hear, you don't just want to hear the dialogue, you kind of want to hear what's going on, and then it's more like, you know, you're in the same room, or we could have like a jam sesh together. It's more what I'm going for with this style of video, you know. A little bit tangled up here. Oop, oop, oop. There we go. I want to use these more chill style Hobcast videos as almost like vlog platforms for myself to kind of look back on in the future, and you know, any stories I have that otherwise would be forgotten, I can have forever told in this format. Oh, those earth turns are getting more consistent. But yeah, I might have chose the worst possible time to start recording what's going on in life and stuff, because it's obviously Corona time, which is not the peak of most people's existence. It's and it's getting 2020 is just 2020 is a mess with the most recent damage in its path being Grant Imahara passed away very recently, which is so sad for people who don't know. He was one of the Mythbusters, not the two main guys, but the three other, Carrie, Grant, and Tori. Grant was one of them, and Mythbusters was huge. It was like when I was a little kid, you know, watching Mythbusters and playing Lego, or I'd, you know, lock myself in a room, and probably shouldn't have been thrown on the TV on Discovery and Spike and watching 1,000 Ways to Die when I was 7, but that's what I did in Mythbusters. I ripped through. I probably saw every episode 3-4 times, and I guess that probably, can't hit these spikes, that probably inspired a lot of the sciencey, experimentally things that I do. I know that didn't make any sense. I can't put thoughts together, but yeah, Mythbusters is huge, and hearing that Grant at a young age, he was like 49, passed away, that's a hit to a lot of people in the STEM community, I feel. So 2020 is not leaving any group of people undamaged. I have like flashbacks to watching Mythbusters. For some reason, I can't get the pirate the pirate episode out of my head. But I think they did a whole pirate like special. But the only thing I remember was like they were seeing how eye patches worked or something. Like, so some people thought like, oh, pirates just have eye patches because they got their like eye poked out with a sword or whatever. But there was like the myth that it was actually so that they could see, like if they're on top of the boat and it's sunny, it's like bright, but if they're inside the boat, it's like pitch black. So that with the eye patch, you keep it like dark in one eye, and then when you go inside the boat and it's dark, you like open the eye patch and then it's bright. You know, it's like keeps your night vision because like your pupils dilate or whatever. And then that was the real purpose of the eye patch. So they tested, like they threw a couple of the guys an eye patch on, and they stood outside in the bright light, you know, with a covered eye, and went into a dark room to see if the covered eye was like, I'm going into way too much detail, but yeah, basically they found out that the eye patch basically gives you night vision. So that was cool, and so many good memories watching Mythbusters. So again, rest in peace to Grant Imahara, a legend. Like Juice WRLD said, legends never die. I'm just saying, do you see the consistency with these earth turns? Because I do. Might rip a double juggle again. Because if I can get more consistent with that, then it's triple, quadruple, quintuple, sextuple, seventuple, eighttuple. I feel like I need to take it a little bit slower. There's our first mat test. Wonder how loud that was downstairs. There's that flashy trick I was going for, but landed in the hand. Yes, let's try double juggles. Gotta get them down. It's like, it's either goes perfect or it's just a total disaster. There's like no in between. See there, that was a nice flow. I wonder if triples even possible. Let's see. Ooh, nope, not there. That, yeah, triple could be doable. Triple could be doable. But maybe not right now. Maybe not right now. I was going for some lighthouse kind of tricks recently too, but I feel like the rubber paint on this chrome is not nearly as sticky as like a clear, sticky clear, like on like a Sweets or something. Sweets Kendama, for those that don't know Kendama stuff. It's basically like, this is rubberized paint, so it's almost like an eraser texture, which is a bit grippy to like balance on. But I guess like Cushion Clear, it was like Sweets like coating. Sweets Kendama is a brand. Their coating I think is a lot grippier. So rather than sliding around, this would like really stick on there. So I might have a little bit more trouble using this than someone who might be using a different stickier Kendama. But this is what I was going for. I'd go up to airplane and then try to catch that lighthouse balance. Let's go for that. Always getting tangled. I feel like the airplane should be pretty consistent by now. See, I can get it on there, but getting it to stick is oh gee, that fell right out. Getting it to stick is the nasty part. I feel like I should switch up the angle sometimes, but I think I'm in the best place for you to actually see what's going on, so maybe not. Let's try that. Up. Oh, see, just a little bit of forward lean. I don't know how well you can see that, but a little bit of forward lean and it's gone. So this has to be very precise. It's gonna be tough, but go for it. Ooh. close, but no cigar. I noticed the lighting is like light, dark too. Look at that. Well, it's like being at a disco. No complaints. It's just an improvement. Or if you're like falling asleep, it'll flashbang you and you'll wake back up and watch the rest. Pros and cons to everything. I've got another, like, since I mentioned I want to, like, keep track of my life events. Not that this is a life event, but a little story that I probably would have otherwise forgotten. I remember in a previous episode, I'm not sure which one, maybe the first one, might have been episode 1, where I talked about, you gotta take opportunity when it knocks and not wait, because I was gonna buy that a hard to find Lego set that I found for a really good deal on Kijiji, and then I was like thinking about it, like and by the time I reached out to the seller, it had been reserved for pickup by someone else, and I said I wasn't gonna do that anymore, but something similar may have happened recently. Spoiler alert. But this one's actually more of a funny story. So basically, every night or every other night, that was way too much sauce. Every night or every other night, I'll check Kijiji for just keyword search Lego and see what comes up, because so many stories of people like, oh, I found this whole person's collection for $5, and then they get all this stuff, thousands of dollars worth of stuff for so cheap, or at yard sales or garage sales. So I always look out for deals like that, because I'm a little bit of a cheap, but nice extra audio courtesy of the man downstairs, also known as my father, for those of you familiar with fathers. Anyways, always looking for those good Lego finds on Kijiji, because Kijiji is basically an online garage sale. Look at this, it's moving. Oh jeez, every time I try to get a thought out, something too exciting happens to resist. Yeah, Kijiji, like an online garage sale. So I went on Kijiji, searched Lego, and like 6 or 7 minutes after, so I searched, and the posting was from like 6 minutes ago. Nobody's seen it. I was like the first one there. This was perfect, right? So it was like a bag, it said like assorted bag and set or something, and it was listed as $15. So I was like, okay, you know what, let's check it out. Looked nice. So I didn't make the same mistake I made last time. I messaged the seller right away. I was like, hey, is this available? And this was on like a Wednesday, I want to say. I'd say a Wednesday or Tuesday. So I said, because like I'm working now, right? So I said, hey, I'm really interested. Would you be able to like hold this to the weekend? Yes, probably shaking your head. That's where the mistake was made. So he says yes. And here's the thing though. Okay, this is where it like looked good. He took down the listing, like, because I was like, hey, can you reserve this? He's like, sure. He said sure. He's like, oh, I'd like sell it to you for $5. I was just like trying to get rid of it, whatever. I'm like, okay, $5 even better. That's like 66.666% off of the original 15. And so yeah, and he was like, yeah, I'll hold it for you for the weekend, thanks, whatever. And then the listing he took down like right away. So I was like, okay, he took it down so he doesn't get bombarded with more messages, and then I'll hit him up like Friday night and make sure he's good for me to go get it on the weekend still. Well, a couple days goes by till it's Friday, and I message him. I'm like, hey, is it still good if I pick this up tomorrow? And that's when he gets back to me. And he says, hey, sorry, I was told I should give the Lego to my cousin. Right? Like, he just told me I could have it. I offered him money for it. And then he said, he didn't even say I decided. He said, I was told I should give this to my cousin. So I'm assuming it's like some kid or something, like not an adult that's just like was thinking, oh, I'll sell my old toys on Kijiji and make some money for whatever. And then I'm assuming he was like, hey mom, someone's gonna buy my Legos, and she was probably like, oh, you should give those to your cousin Jeremy. He loves those. And it's probably some, no, I shouldn't say this, but I was gonna say it's probably some kid who doesn't even want it. It's gonna throw in his closet when I would have loved to hand this man $5 for his old Lego, but that's the story time. That's what happens. As I'm running these stories, the tricks just get worse and worse. It's like one or the other. You gotta let me know if you want better tricks or better dialogue, because it seems that one has to be sacrificed for the other. I'm trying to get this lighthouse flip. That's like when it lands up here, lighthouse. So if I can pull this up to airplane and then flip it, that would be like a lighthouse flip, I think, to be honest. Lighthouse flip actually might be like something like that. So take everything I say with a grain of salt, but you know, still learning the whole Kendama thing and the terminology and whatnot. Let's try to go for that a little bit more seriously before we wrap up. Yam and jam, or jam and yam. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. It's on there. It's okay, we couldn't get it back, but you know, it's start. Very tough. Oh, that was like going for a full flip. I wonder if we could do that, probably a airplane. If we pull that airplane in with an extra flip, do we think we could do that? That's definitely doable. Let's go for that to wrap things up. I don't think there's any huge points. Drake and DJ Khaled. Oh, I don't even like reading that Grant from Mythbusters. I wrote that down as a little prompt of how poor 2020 is getting, but yeah, very upsetting. And then I told you my little Kijiji spiel. So that's all the yamming. So let me get a little bit better of a jam going, and then we'll wrap this one up. Appreciate you sticking around for this long. And I just released a shorter style video that I plan to do some more of, because to be honest, not everybody has the time to stick around for something like this. So I want to get some shorter content out there too, because I feel like there's a big gap in the various hobby community. You know, everybody does their one thing, but I want to do a little bit of everything. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, we're going to go for the airplane, but with a little flippy barrel roll in between, and then we'll end on that. So if I quit yamming, maybe we can hit some better tricks. That hit the ground. That was not good. Oh, I can definitely see this coming down well, but it's very hard to get that extra turn of timing. Let's see. Very close. Very close again. It's just I'm under or overestimating the spin, because the spike's kind of hitting around rather than landing right where we need it. Oh, very close again. Yeah, we're just pulling in a little short. We're gonna land this. And what do we call it? See, since this is the benefit of not knowing anything, since I don't know what this trick is called, I can call it whatever I want. So we'll go for, we're gonna call this I think the barrel roll airplane was quite fitting. Ah, it's getting close. Let's see here. Oh, I'm like, whoa, smacked the mic a little bit. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. Getting close, but I gotta be more in control. So be more in control. Ah. Very close, very close. More in control. Is it the knees? It's always the knees. It's always the knees. Ooh, did you see that? Oh my god. You definitely didn't, because I'm like 10 miles away from the camera, but trust me, that was a close one. Let's get that double flip. Very close. I say that every time. But it's true, the spike is dancing all around. Okay, focus. And we'll get this to land. See how high I'm reaching? That's like way too tough of a pull. Oh, just a nice gentle landing. That's the airplane with soft spongy wheels to help it on touchdown, but I think we'll wrap it up there. That was a good jam session. Good jam session. Hope you enjoyed. As always, watch some more videos. We got lots more jamming and yamming to do. So subscribe, like, stay tuned, all the good stuff. You know what to do. Peace.